Hi, welcome and thank you for tuning in today, and then welcome to the decision. Today, we're going to talk about one wonderful topic on motivation. Now, motivation means different to the different people, but most of the time, we connect motivating others means only to a promotion or with a salary raise, etc. But there are much bigger ways that you can look at the motivation. It's particularly creating a wonderful environment for the people who works for you or works around you for that particular company. And you might be in a position, either be it an employee or mid-level management or a manager or wherever you fall into, you're always responsible for creating such an atmosphere irrespective of whatever the company basics or the basic guidelines what company gives you. At the end of the day, you must have seen, heard, people work for the team, people work for the managers, how they treat them. There are many times you come across there are some bad apples and there are some wonderful people. Now, that's not for you to judge on whichever the role way you are in put in place. But if you have an opportunity to work, say, there are 10 people you're supervising, or else you're working under, say, 4 or 5 different bosses, it doesn't matter. You have a responsibility to put the best work forward for that particular given task, particular day, particular month, particular year, so on and so forth. So, as I discussed in the past, there is always someone who's going to be beyond you. There is always someone who is working under you. So, ultimately, you need to hold responsible for the role where you are put in. Leave the designations aside. Create that great atmosphere where your team can be able to perform the better task. That's the idea behind. There is one wonderful tip that you can apply. For example, if you're working in an environment where there are 50, 60 people, and if you're leading them, imagine number of birthdays. No one gets 3 times, 4 times a birthday. It's once in a year. So if you have employees of 50 employees, all it takes is 50 personal messages and a wonderful greeting card which is signed by your team, other team, and giving that the personalized handshake or wishing the person well on that particular day. You don't have to do for their entire family birthdays or anniversaries and so on and so forth, but at least for that one, if you are leading at least 50 employees, and if you are not able to take that 1 or 2 minutes of your time to write a personalized card and let your team members, probably 10, 15 supervisors you are around, or probably different other team members, can sign with the wishes. And that can take a little bit time, but I do understand there are many people does that. But what I read a couple of days back is there was a company, one of the CEO, he writes about 3,500 employees a personalized note cards. Now, if you have a CEO, I mean, someone can say that, okay, he has nothing to do. I mean, that's your judgment. By the way, if a CEO of a big company can spend 3,500 employees every day, I don't know, he needs to write like 1, 2, 3, 10 cards on an average, I believe. A personalized message with a signature provided along with his executive team, and see what impact that particular employee will have, or give a sense of that he's been given that importance. It takes differently a bigger incentive than you just promoting the person, or you're just giving a pay rise. After 10 years, no one is going to remember how much raise you gave actually. And probably the guy must have changed 2 3 different companies, and after 10 years, if he happened to clear up his desk or his table, when he sees that birthday greetings from that particular person, particular organization, that's the memory he's going to keep and keep remembering, and that can take a long way. So those you can try, if you're working with the 2 people, 10 people, 10 15 people, it takes a little bit more effort, less than 10 minutes. We all know, the HR has entire information of the people, so all you need to do is deciding to do a personalized birthday card. If you happen to have provide them one chocolate, I mean, it doesn't cost you much. And if the entire team signs, fine, or else at least Couple of them, whoever is available that time, can write a personalized messages and give it to the person. That can give them really a good motivation when they think back after a couple of years. And those are the memories which they will hold for the wonderful companies they worked for. Not the pay rise or promotions you gave after 10 years, probably, but the person don't even remember those things. Maybe yes, maybe no, but then that's one of the motivational factors you can try. I hope you do take this point as sportively and challenge yourself. If you have 10 employees around you, hardly probably in an average 1 or 2 calls you need to do in a month, that can definitely gives you uh, wonderful results for the future if you continue to grow in the company, or else even the person leaves from the company, but those are the memories they carry for the wonderful organizations they work for. Hope that helps for you to put that in place. Motivation is not only about the incentives and promotions. There are many aspects to look at it. I'll bring a couple of simple tips for you to see. If you're already practicing this, wonderful, great, and you're already being a part of a great team, I believe. And if not, I think this is something that you can look at. Stay well, stay blessed, and keep motivating the people who work for you and work under your leadership. Stay well, stay blessed. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. Thank you so much.